Ah, the 2000s. What a great time to be a kid. The 2000s were home to a lot of crazy fads, like Tamagotchis, tech bags, teenage series, smoking. Yeah. Of course, I never fell into one of these crazy fads, but there was one fad from the 2000s that I fell in hard, and that was Beyblade. Oh yeah, I was the king of the playground along with my Dracil that wasn't from a 99-cent store. If you already don't know, Beyblade was an anime and manga series that follows the stories of Ash Ketchum, a Chinese girl named Ray, the undoubtable king of swag, Kenny the Mole, and Max. I like Max. Of course, with this being an anime that was absolutely ready-made for video games, I would end up scoring one of these for Christmas, the Beyblade V Force Ultimate Blader Jam for the Game Boy Advance, released in 2003. I actually struggled to find reviews online for this game, so unless I missed one, I think I'm kinda being a pioneer here. Or not! So, I'm excited. This game was a part of my childhood, so without further ado, let's give this thing a test. Love that sound.
Licensed by Nintendo, TV Tokyo, Atari, Nelvana, D-Rights, Oh my god, how many companies worked in this game? I remember that this was one of the games that I least played when I was a kid, from the handful of games I had. It took so long for me to start playing that I sometimes put the game down and start playing Mario Kart. Upon spending all your time watching all that, you are asked what language you speak every time you turn on the game. You can pick between story mode and multiplayer mode, like duh, all good games have one, and you can hear the traditional Beyblade song in the back. And unfortunately, it has a rather creaky sound and I don't like it. What are we gonna focus on is the story mode, and unfortunately this game follows the story of the second season of Beyblade, which is to me the worst. I really don't like it. The game mechanics are interesting, to say the least. Every round starts by you having to time your launching by pressing A. The closer to the right, the better your spin will be. And if you get maxed out, you might get to use your Beat Beast. After that, you spin around the level until you reach the finish line. Okay, so the problems I have with this game are the shaking controls. They do seem to fit the Beyblade standards, but they are extremely hard to maneuver. This game makes me frazzled, and when I'm frazzled, I cannot tell the difference between right and left. So sometimes when I need to go left, I end up going up. I don't know if this is a fault of mine or a fault of the game. And so, either the game is terribly designed or I just really suck at this. Also, it's gameplay. It's the same thing for all the levels. You launch your top, you spin to the finish line, avoiding whatever kind of obstacle might come your way, and that's it for the whole playthrough. Sure, the levels change and they are up in difficulty, but it gets redundant. It seems like the creators know that the handling of the blade is terrible, so they designed these courses that is almost impossible to complete. And don't even get me started on uphill parts. If you don't know what you're doing, you will find yourself falling, and falling, and falling. Luckily, if you fail, you have an unlimited amount of tries, so that sort of softens the blow a little. Oh, and remember on how I said you can use your Beat Beasts? Well, good luck when you use them on tight spots, because when you launch it, the screen shakes and you lose all control of your blade. Then comes the boss fights, which are the most interesting thing of this whole game. And to be honest, they are the only thing that actually makes sense. And you have to be on the top of your game in order to complete such battles. They are extremely fun. It's a shame that this game is so repetitive. If it had some sort of platformer with the characters, maybe this whole experience would sound more complete. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole game. So positive notes. The game is really loyal to its source material. It's a challenging game. It has the original song from Beyblade, and that's kinda it. However, on the negative side, this game has awful controls. The game gets repetitive really fast, and it's extremely challenging, to the point that it seems it's making fun of me. And now, a little side note. In 2006, the down arrow of my original Game Boy Advance broke down, making it impossible to play a lot of my games. And after playing this game again, I believe this is the reason why that happened. My thumb was nailed to the directional pad this whole playthrough. I was playing so hard. So for all the challenge this game is and practically nothing else, I gave this game 6 points out of 12 with the title of Passable.